Party time, Mom. We are back in Studio 22, the Chad Prather Show. I am losing my voice. I know.
Or like, going through puberty.
It's like that hasn't happened to me since I was 13. I got these big old boys, my sons are going through that, and you got their voices trying to change, and they're big old, they're getting muscles on them and stuff like that. They just walk around the house, and they can't figure out what their voice is doing.
Which is truly the age where you stay horned.
You stay horned. Yeah,
totally.
you stay horned. I'm not going to embarrass them, but yeah. The showers are getting longer. That's disgusting.
We have a 12-year-old boy and a half.
Let's get off of that. Party time, Mom. Sitting next to me in the hot seat, of course, as always, Hot News Natalie for the news and the headlines we're going to be talking about today. There's a lot going on in the news. There's a lot of crazy stuff, and I'm tired of people. I want off the planet.
It's tough. It's getting
really
tough.
Is. I've decided that 90% of the world are just pure morons, and 100% of those are on Twitter. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's all you blame white people. It's all white people's fault. Bottom line, in this day and age, whatever it comes down to, it's white people.
Can I tell you, I actually go, when I seek my news on Twitter, the first place I go is to watch Chad, because I know you've always got something witty and news current.
I go through phases. Like some days, I'm rapid fire Twitter. And then other days, like yesterday, I just can't. I just can't because the stupidity is so strong. I tweeted something yesterday and I said, there's no place for hate. Really, there should be no place for hate in 21st century America. I mean, we have it so good in America. We really do. Look, as long as there's human beings on the planet, they're going to mess things up and there's going to be a plight. People will have a struggle. But we don't have a struggle. I mean, not like parts of the world do, right? And people just don't realize how good we actually have it in this country. And everyone is they talk about, hate. The left hates the right and the right hates the left and extremists and all of these things. And it's like, look, there's no room for all that stuff. Then you see what happened to Andy Ngo, the journalist up in Portland, Oregon, when he got attacked by Antifa. And that's kind of what inspired me. Well, then I have people who start commenting and they're like, well, all you do is pander it. You just put hate out there all the time. You make a living off of hate. And I'm like, then you should be able to provide a lot of examples because I don't put hate out there. I just have an opinion. But these days people think if you have an opinion that disagrees with theirs, it's hate. It's not hate. It's just a differing opinion.
Sure.
People should be able to discuss those things. Founding fathers established the Constitution and the government of the United States. This republic was founded on discourse and disagreement, the ability to debate and to dialogue and to come to conclusions and blah, 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 blah. But that you wouldn't know that from Twitter.
No, and you should be able to walk away peaceful. And that just doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, so that's a shame. And we're going to talk about some of that today. Over to the Peanut Gallery, Mr. Party Foul, Steve Powell.
I'm here.
Representing his road armor. Look at you, son.
Road armor.
You're like a hoe. You're a hoe.
That's right.
You got more hoes than the ozone. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Better known as the Diamond and Silk Act. No, what did we do this weekend?
What did we?
Where were
New Braunfels.
New Braunfels.
We were in New Braunfels. It was interesting.
We had a great show.
It was a big crowd.
Big crowd. Great time.
I don't know that most of the back of the room heard it because the sound was a little iffy, but we had fun. Yeah. It was a good time.
And you ended up not floating the river.
Didn't float the river.
Y'all talked a big game like you were going to.
Too much rain. It's overflowing. It's big. People are dying.
You would drown.
It's practically an epidemic. It's a drowning epidemic on the Comal River.
I don't know. I would have paid to see you with those little floaties on.
Why don't you shut up, Natalie? How much would you pay? How much?
I'd pay.
Because
$5.
How did you know he wore those?
$5 a floaty.
Yeah, that's fine.
$5 a floaty.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You can upsell me.
Listen, I'd have so much of that river go up my nose, we'd give a new definition to floaties. Stuff would be all over that river.
Right.
So Sean, Bougie Sean just was on vacation. He was down around Galveston, and he went down there. They rented a house on the beach, him and Aaron and them, and they had no power. The power was out for like 4 days of their vacation.
Oh, no.
And I was laughing so hard because he would take video of just a black room, right? And he would put Weird Al Yankovic's Amish Paradise to the music on Instagram. It was really funny. So Bougie's not into suffering a whole lot. So
did they charge him for that?
I
mean,
don't
is
know.
there some sort of? Is
I'm
that
sure
VRBO?
they did, but who knows? We kept telling him, get some money back. But
Yeah.
Anyway,
all of it.
Yeah.
They didn't provide what they said they were going to provide.
Well, I mean, it's not the owner's fault that the power went out, but still.
But if your company or whatever is, they provide you
An
with
experience.
electricity at their house, and you don't get that, you get all your money back.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it comes out.
Yeah.
We'll see what. And then Bougie sent us a picture of him naked on the beach yesterday,
That was interesting.
which is just an image I really wanted to see.
Mark, bring that up.
I'm going to. Here's what I'm going to do.
let me pull that
Mark.
real fast.
I'm going to make that my home screen on my phone. I'm going to make that my, so every time I do it, there's going to be Bougie's.
Yeah.
He kind of has a white ass too.
Aw.
Who knew black people tan?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's a cute butt. It's a cute little butt. But they all got a picture of my butt when I was in Ireland.
Bring that up, Mark.
So apparently we're doing some weird butt things amongst our Humor Me crew, which, by the way, go to blazetv.com/humor, sign up. Use promo code Chad. Allison, my lovely assistant Allison over there with your fancy earrings. Look at you dangling.
Yeah, morning.
Dangling. Good to see you. I have missed you. How have you been?
Good.
Yeah.
Just
dropped a kid off at college.
did.
Oh.
I didn't think.
How does that happen? It's summertime.
Well, we had to go down for orientation, and the fun part was that you had like the parent meetings and the kid meetings. So we went to the first day of parent meetings and then bailed right out. So we floated the
Onto
river.
the bar.
We floated the river.
You floated.
We did.
Where's he? Oh, you don't want to say
Texas.
it.
Well,
Did y'all float San
Texas
Marcos?
State. Yeah, San Marcos River.
Yeah.
Different trip. And, of course, flying this starship that is Studio 22, the puppet master himself, Mark. What's going on, buddy?
Hey.
Anything exciting going on in your life?
Nothing too crazy right now, really. It's been pretty normal. So, yeah,
How you doing, Mark? I'm pretty good.
pretty good. Just living life.
Well, let's ruin that with some headlines.
Do it.
What do you got, Natalie?
Do you ever read these headlines? And this is where you said you hate people, but I read these and I think to myself, this can't be true. Like de Blasio saying that we should pay for tax dollars should go toward people who want to change their gender. Did you see that?
I did not see that, but it doesn't surprise me. Nothing that at this point that comes out of Bill de Blasio's mouth, it surprises me.
I keep thinking
anymore.
that Candace is putting these in here just to throw us
like
off.
little fake news Easter eggs.
It says
then we
Bill de
find them.
Blasio at NYC Pride Parade says gender reassignment surgeries absolutely should be covered by taxpayer dollars.
So that's that flies right in the face of talking about the gender reassignment stuff that was going on in the military, and a lot of people were joining. The assumption is you're joining the military so you can get it paid for. And that was a big accusation. How many people were actually doing that, I don't know. And of course, that was a huge debate about when Trump came out and said we're ending that. Not going to there's not going to be transgender people in the military and things like that. Which sparked a huge debate.
Sure.
I was in agreement with it. Most of the people I know that have ever commanded people in the military, they agree with it too, just simply on the fact that these people are going through some major medical issues and also some mental issues, and you don't want that person trying to make snap decisions in the middle of a battle. This kind of thing going on. We won't get too deep into that. But if it's not right for taxpayers to pay that, like, be who you want to be. Be who you want to be.
You and I
but
said
it's
we know
not
people
my
who have done this.
responsibility to pay for you to be who you want to be. I didn't buy that dress. You bought that dress.
Right.
Should my tax money go to your wardrobe? Should it go to fixing your hair, your makeup? Hell to the no.
Oh, okay.
Like no, I can't do that.
That's
I'm not
used
gonna
for
do that.
me.
Yeah, trust me, all my money goes to Party Foul Steve. So it's not my responsibility to help you be you. You be you. I be I. You be you.
Well, he de Blasio says this is their medical needs. This isn't a want. This is a need, and that everyone's medical needs should be taken care of.
Do you need a penis?
I don't.
Yeah. See, you don't need one.
Not in the way we're talking.
Yeah, exactly. Do you need one attached
It might
to
come
your
in
body?
handy,
I mean, yeah.
Do you need one attached? It's party time, Mom. Stay on. Is it attached? Do you need one attached to your body? You don't need one. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just dumb. I mean, that's dumb. See, here's the thing that always just drives me up the wall is people have taken language and they have so twisted it Steve's dying to get it out. Come on, let's say it.
No, I'm not. I was wondering where she would attach this penis. I was like,
right on her chest, right here. Boom.
No,
right there.
you would hopefully attach it somewhere it could be used.
This is the episode I'm sitting in on.
Yes. Hi, Allison. How'd you get at college?
Oh gosh.
Oh my God! But that people have taken language and they've twisted it in such a way to justify the most asinine logic. To say that somebody needs this,
Sure,
is ridiculous. But Bill de Blasio, of course, the mayor of New York City, he's a moron. He's a moron, and everybody that lives in New York City knows it. I don't know how this guy ever got elected. Anyway, what else?
yeah.
Let's make fun of more people.
I want to ask you about, because the one thing that you did post that I noticed, and I say Antifa. I know people say Antifa.
I say
Antifa?
idiot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What brought that? Because you welcome them to come down to your hometown.
Yeah, come down. We'll buy you a burger. We'll have a discussion.
Tell me about that.
Well, okay, so they were in Portland, Oregon, and they attacked
Yes.
Andy Ngo, as we were talking about, because he's gay and Asian. That's why they attacked him, of course. It's because he's a conservative journalist.
Correct.
The bottom line. And so he's at the thing. And Andy's gotten attacked a few times. He's gotten maced in the face. I mean, me personally, I'm not going to keep putting myself in the middle of, I'm not going to jump in a chimpanzee cage and hope to come out unscathed, right? These people are acting like animals. And so Portland, Oregon has just completely forgotten the rule of law. They're just done with it. I mean, there's just nothing. I mean, even the mayor gives a stand-down order to the police not to interfere with this thing, which is just dumb. These people are thugs in the street. They're wearing masks. If you got to wear a mask, then I don't want to listen to your calls. It's the same as she's fine. It's the same as if you gonna share them chips, girl. It's the same as somebody on Twitter that doesn't use their face, right, as an avatar. That bugs me. Like, if you want to have a discussion, use your name and your face, and let's have a discussion. But don't come at me like some damn troll, and you're gonna attack me. You're not worthy of the conversation. You're not worthy of being part of this conversation if you're going to hide from it. So expose yourself and come out. If you got a grief, if you got a belief, or whatever you want to discuss, let's discuss it. But these guys have become pigs. They've become exactly what they claim to be against.
Correct.
So anti-fascism, and if you say anything about Antifa, then people are going to say, oh, so you're for fascism. No.
Right.
Absolutely not. But these guys have become freaking fascists. That's my no-no square. Don't touch me there.
This is
Antifa. Yeah.
I mean, opposite ends.
Yeah.
Neither good.
No, it's not. And which, again, prompted my tweet about hate. There's no place for it.
That's
There's
right.
no need for it. There's no, in America, and people, you can watch this. You can disagree with me all you want, but I'm going to make this statement, and I make it boldly, and I can defend it. There is no institutional hate in America. There is no institutional racism in America. It doesn't exist. It does not exist. There's individual hate and there's individual racism, but you can't name one American institution that is racist. Can't do it. Can't do it. Now, you can name organizations that are, but you can't name an American institution that's racist. People have bled, they have sweat, and they have given their money to make sure that what it says in the Declaration of Independence, that all men are created equal. People have died. I had a guy today who's sitting here talking about white people this, white people that. And I said, well, what about the 350,000 white people that died to abolish slavery? He said, white people created hate. I said, well, what about the West African tribal leaders that sold blacks into slavery? What about the 3,500 black slave owners in America in 1861? What about them? Oh, but white people. So it's just stupid rhetoric. It's just stupid rhetoric. And then you take these guys, just because you call yourself anti-Nazi or anti-fascist, that doesn't give you a free pass to go out and act like a fascist. You see what I'm saying? So these guys, Antifa, come on down to Texas. See, it's a gang mentality. Those guys are in Portland. They know they're not going to get punished for it. If conservatives were doing this, and they want to talk about, well, Charlottesville, nobody supports that moron that ran over Heather Heyer. Nobody supports that guy. No one nobody supports that guy. I'm glad he got life in prison. They probably should have given him lethal injection as far as I'm concerned. There's no place for that. But they want to act like because you're a conservative, you defend that? No, absolutely not. And I don't defend this stuff going on in Portland. So bring it down to Texas.
Help me understand, though,
where we
Chad.
will royally take you in the street and whip your ass.
Okay.
No hate. We'll do it in love because you need it. I mean, they're hitting people in the heads with crowbars. This old man got his ass beat in Portland. I mean, he's bloody all over the place. The other guy got his skull split open with a crowbar. It's crazy stuff.
Well,
do that in Texas and see what happens. I got the tactical fanny pack of death sitting right over here.
Right.
I got everything I need. Anti-Antifa bag. That's what I call it. What? Shut up, people.
I've got one too, right here.
Yeah.
I'm confused as to how the police are told to stand down. So that's the prisoners running the prison. I mean, this is not legal
the monkeys
stuff.
running the zoo is what it is.
So how walk me through how that.
Well, because they've abolished the rule of law. Portland has gone anarchy. I told my manager and my agent, I said, do not book me in Portland ever again. I will never go back to Portland.
Did you have a bad experience when you went? No, just now.
But screw them. Why am I going to boost their economy? Why am I going to go in there and do? And look, we had a sold out show last time we were in Portland. Believe it or not. And God bless the people in Oregon who are having to put up with this crap because believe it or not, they're really good people in Oregon. And they drove in. I said, screw that. I'm not giving Portland, Oregon any more money. Mm-hmm. Not going to do it. Not going to boost their economy in that way. My little bit, but I'm not going back. People are fools. But when you do that, it would have never happened had it been conservatives. Had it been the other way around, it wouldn't have been that way. I'm just telling you, it wouldn't have been that way. Mm-hmm. You can go out there and you can beat the snot out of a conservative and be completely untouched and unconvicted. You're not going to get arrested. But if you do that to a liberal, look at Jussie Smollett. Sure. Jussie Smollett goes out there and fakes his own ass whipping. And
he did.
And he did. And what? They were ready to hang two white guys they didn't exist for wearing MAGA hats and screaming MAGA country and, beating him up.
I just got a pop-up news about that right before we came on air. I mean, that's still in the news.
Yeah.
But you don't really hear about Candace Owens getting attacked by Antifa when they were just having lunch.
Look, Ashton Birdie, she texted me yesterday. She sent me a tweet message yesterday. She's speaking at the D.C. rally this week. And they're threatening to come throw acid on them.
Oh gosh!
And I'm like, this is ludicrous. Mm-hmm. Which fortunately, Ted Cruz came out and said, look, the FBI needs to get involved with this. These people need to get identified. And have you ever seen the mugshots? Where's Candice?
And they should go down as hate crimes.
They are hate crimes. They're domestic terrorists.
Exactly.
Look, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the KKK, you're Antifa. I don't care what white supremacy, even Westboro Baptist Church, you people are jackass terrorists. I mean, that's bottom line. You're terrorists. They're like, well, we're not killing anybody. But see, let me tell you their strategy. Their strategy is to try to provoke conservatives or the people that they're against or perceive as hate groups. They want to provoke them so then the conservatives attack them and they can go, oh, we didn't do anything. We got assaulted. So they come at them. And I'm telling you, you're going to keep pushing, and there's going to be some assaults. People are going to get assaulted because I think with this episode, just from what I've seen online in the last 2 days, I think people are about up to here with this crap. They really are. This is not America. That's not American.
No.
Not American. If you don't have the intelligence, and I'm so sick of, you get online and you want to have these conversations with people or have a discussion, and it always devolves into name calling. Up yours, kiss mines, F yous, go to hells, all of these things. And it's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Why can't you just have a discussion without it becoming who can call each other I'm the gay brokeback cowboy that wants to dress like a Mexican. I get called that every day. I don't even know what that means. I mean, that's racist. And homophobic. What's wrong with being gay?
No. That's right.
I mean, why you're insulting me by calling me gay? I'm not, Mom.
But have you tried it?
There was a time. You take that pill, like Andrew Heaton said. If there was a pill that could make you gay, I'd try it. I said, bro, this episode is over. But no, it's turning into anarchy. The rule of law. We've lost the rule of law in America in a big, big way.
Did you hear back from anybody after you proposed to come down to Texas? Anybody from Antifa?
Yeah, they were not Antifa, but I've had everybody. And who knows if they're Antifa? They cover their faces.
Yeah, they do. And they also say sometimes violence is necessary to get the message across for peace.
Come on to Texas. I drink my sparkling water. Whoop your ass. No, there are about 40,000 people that responded to that tweet.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you. And let me tell you another thing. You people leaving these red states to move to, or leaving these blue states to move to a red state because you don't like the way your blue state's going these days, leave your politics at the border, at the state line before you cross. Because these folks, don't come over here and try to blue up.
But it's happening.
It is happening.
It is happening.
You can't come in and vote the same way. You can't do the same thing you've always done and expect different results.
Right.
You got to change. Anyway.
The border.
I'm tired already.
Your girl went down to the border.
AOC?
She did.
Is
California.
she hot or not?
Not.
She's
Allison
cute.
says no.
She's
Maybe she
cute.
kept
Till
her
the teeth
mouth
come
Until
out.
shut.
she opens her mouth.
Yeah.
She's a
Mark,
great actress.
She cute or not?
I give her a yes, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's cute.
She's
so.
cute. She is physically cute.
Yeah.
She's a actress.
You
You got to keep your looks up when
and
you're
not a bad
acting.
one. Not a bad one.
And
But she's also a moron. I mean, she's an empty head. There's not a lot coming out there.
see, I don't think she's stupid.
I don't think she's stupid, but
I think she's an actress. I think she's the
She is the Phoebe from Friends of Washington, D.C.
She's
She's
Phoebe
so dumb, she's
Buffet.
smart.
Phoebe Buffet. No, I think she's unintelligent. She's ignorant of a lot of things. And that's not being mean or name calling.
She just doesn't know.
She doesn't know. I mean, there's things she doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, when you continually put your foot in your mouth, just like her insulting Ivanka Trump this weekend, saying, we don't need some person who's trying to do American diplomacy just because of whose daughter they are. She went to an Ivy League school. She has run very successful businesses. She has, a master's degree. She was not a bartender 18 months
She's
ago.
dumb. I have to take it back.
Yeah, she's ignorant.
Well, she's down at the border and now she's screaming
Yeah, of course she
just
is.
about the
And there comes in the actress thing.
right, and the conditions are deplorable, and
Making them drink toilet water.
making him drink toilet
And she
water.
was sexually harassed, basically.
I saw that,
Physically and sexually, whatever her word was.
and the children are separated from their
Who sexually harassed her?
Supposedly a border patrol.
border patrol officers. She said.
Yeah.
They thought
But she
she
said
was
they don't have any
They probably
running water, but they're supposed to drink out of the toilet. So I don't know how you're supposed to drink out of the toilet when there's no running water. See, I just think when I hear stuff like that, I'm thinking, okay, I'll take what is 100% false for $500, Alex. I just don't. It's just not. Look, is it a bad situation? Yes, it's a bad situation.
And it has been for a very long time.
It has been. Okay, so let's talk about the border for a second. Let's talk about
You've
the
been
border.
down there.
Yeah, of course I have. Numerous times. I've got a lot of friends that are both ICE and Border Patrol agents. We've had Jason Piccolo, who was former ICE supervisor, on the show. And, it's not a good situation. But let's talk about that. 7,200 people died between 1996 and 2017. 1996 to 2017. 7,200 people died trying to cross the border. Okay, we saw that horrific picture of the dad and his daughter who's in the river.
Awful.
Sad deal. But no one has ever died seeking legal asylum.
Right.
Okay, it's all been illegal border crossings
True.
in dangerous situations.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 96 that encompasses Bill Clinton, W. Bush, and Obama in the first year of Trump. Everybody wants to say, yeah, but how many of them died in incarceration? Well, let's look at that. There's been, whichever year it was, last year I think there was 10 that died. This year there's been 12. Okay, that's under Trump. That's basically the same numbers that died in incarceration under Obama. Obama's average comes down because one year, which I think was, it doesn't matter, 2012 I think it was, there were only 5. Now, when you talk about detention centers, you're talking about from Florida to Vietnam. This is not just at the border. We're talking about total detention centers and people dying in these things who are trying to, quote unquote, immigrate somewhere. So the numbers are the same. Factor in that in the last year, there has been a 30% increase in how many people are coming to the border. Hundreds of thousands. So that's much, much more coming to the border now this year than there were under Obama's administration. So to sit there and say that this is all Trump's fault is ludicrous. This separation of families is not Trump's fault. They are detention centers.
Sure.
They are detention centers. Could it be done better? Sure, it could be. I do believe we need a wall, but I also think we need about 6 ports of entry across the southern border, and there need to be city encampments set up on the other side of the border where these people can be housed while they're doing their asylum pleas. But you know good and well that the majority of these people are not truly seeking legitimate reasons for asylum. They're not. Now, Beto O'Rourke goes down there this weekend, and he's trying to blame this mass migration of illegals on climate change, man-made climate change, because he says they're not getting rain down there because of our CO2 emissions, and they can't grow crops, and that's why they're trying to flee their country so they can come to America. Well, the biggest emitter of CO2 carbons in the world is China, so let's send them there. If we're going to punish people with illegals, let's send them to China. Then why don't they go over there? They got a big old green belt over there. They grow crops. If you're looking for crops, go to China. Put them on a boat. That's mean. I shouldn't say that. But put them on a boat. But there's this mass influx. What are you going to do? There should be ports of entry that I think there should be set up, and there should be a more streamlined process of deciding whether or not these people are truly asylum seekers. And no one is against legal immigration. Nobody. I've never met a person against legal immigration. But this stuff has gotten ludicrous. I can show you pictures right now of Obama's head of Homeland Security walking through detention centers while Obama was president, and there are people in those fenced off things. They're detention centers. Mm-hmm. What are you going to do? Go to an American detention center. They separate families there too. Sure. You know? And if a kid breaks the law, guess where they put them?
Not with their mom.
No. Not under house arrest. They put them in a cage. So, you want to call that a jail cell. But what about Beto, who's going to go down there, though, and he wants to find out, he's running for president. It's over for this guy. His only hope is somebody would pick him as a VP. But it's over for this guy. But he goes down there, and he's wanting to talk to illegals and asylum seekers and get their opinion. Why?
They get no opinion, period.
Why are you getting their opinion?
Well, because Steve said that's votes.
Basically, yeah, that's the assumption. But why? They're not American citizens. Why do we care? Mm-hmm. Why do we care what their opinion is on American politics? Why in the hell? Why are they pander? They're pander bears. That's my new hashtag, by the way, on Twitter. Hashtag pander bears. They're all pander bears. Why are you speaking Spanish in the Democratic debates? Why are you, Cory Booker and Robert Francis, and what's his name, Castro, all speaking Spanish in the deal. And it's like, you guys are ridiculous with this stuff. Who are you pandering to? If you want to run Mexico, go run for president in Mexico. Mm-hmm. Make Mexico great again. Was it ever great? I don't know. But anyway, if you want that, go rule Mexico. This is America.
This is America. There are a lot of Spanish-speaking immigrants who came here legally. And
they will defend it to the death that they came here legally. And there's a lot of Hispanic conservatives out there who know that this is a slap in the face to the process they went through to be here and to be here legally and to be citizens here. And it's ridiculous. Look, the border is not some arbitrary line drawn in the sand. It's not. There's a reason the borders are there. The borders are there. They define a nation. They define the state. They define your county. There's a reason those things are laid out the way they are.
It's the same reason you have a lock on your front door.
It's like this. So, okay, Steve and I were just in New Jersey, right? And we were walking one day. We were walking, and there was a church. It was a Lutheran church, and it had a big rainbow banner up there that said, Open Borders Lutheran Church. That was the name of the church. And I walked over there. The door was locked. I said, ain't that a I mean, like, everyone welcome. Our doors are open. They were locked. I took a video of it. Didn't I, Steve?
Yep.
I took a video of it. Open borders, but their door was locked. Mm-hmm. See, that's the lunacy of this thing. People died for those borders to be where they are. And so when someone like, C-list actress Alyssa Milano steps up and says, well, people are dying over an arbitrary line. It's not arbitrary. Mm-mm. It's not just a line. There's a reason those borders exist. People died for those borders, and that's worldwide. That's not just America. You lose your border, you lose your nation. You lose your identity. And by the way, folks, when you comment and you say that people just need to speak English because that's the official language of the United States, it's not. America does not have an official language. It's not English, okay? There is no official language of the United States.
Just a universal business language.
The majority of us do speak English. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to tell you.
Why can we not do that? Why can we not make that our official
because we
language?
are a melting pot. Mm-hmm. We are a melting pot of cultures. But the beauty of that is you have to melt. We need to come up with our own language,
making brand new language, and everybody has to learn that. Everybody be equal.
NRK, onhologos, Alphabet, Gamma, Delta, Epsilon, Zeta, Theta, Iota, Kappa, Lambda, Mu, Psi, Omicron, Pi, Rho, Sigma, Tau, Epsilon, Phi, Keep, Psi, Omega. Now you do it back to me.
You got to make a brand new one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, start from scratch.
You wouldn't learn that one either,
nope,
Steve.
I sure wouldn't.
Shut up, Kate.
I speak English.
I grew up in a dual language nation. I mean, I grew up in Canada, so we had English and French. And, that's really interesting, too, because there's our illustrious leader tweeting out once in English, once in French.
Yeah.
My Cheerios box, I had to turn it to the right side to know which type Mom had bought.
Look, and the only reason I bring that up is people you lose the debate when you say something like that because that's ignorant. You just don't say, no, you got to learn English. That's the official language. No, it's not. Bad argument. But we are a melting pot. The key word being melting. You have to assimilate. You can't come here and maintain the culture that you came from. The same argument that I apply to the folks leaving the blue states coming to the red states. You got to come and assimilate. You have to become an American. Mm-hmm. You can't come here and embrace Sharia law in America, which completely contradicts the ideals of the Constitution of the United States. You can't come here and make this Mexico. You can't do that. You can't come here and make this Russia. You can't come here and make this the Congo. Mm-hmm. This is America. You want to come in, you want to be a citizen. That's why there is a very tedious process of testing and all of these requirements that go into becoming a citizen of the United States. I think it should be, again, a more streamlined process in that regard, but it is difficult to become a citizen of the United States because they demand assimilation.
I have to put the girl spin on this because I'm a girl, but I get so fired up.
A penis
attached here.
Party time, Mom.
I get so frustrated that people think that because you are conservative or just right of the aisle, that you have no compassion, that we are ignoring what these people are going through at the border. That's bullcrap. That's not fair at all. I am a law-abiding citizen, and I want to help as much as I can. But so don't automatically, Trump, that father and daughter, the blood is on his hands. That's bullcrap. That is a compassionate man as well. I know he doesn't always come across that way, but he wants to make change for the better. And I really believe that. I believe that I know that for me in my own heart. I've gone on mission trips. I want to help others as well. But just because I'm a law-abiding citizen who follows the rules of the land, I'm seen as not being compassionate because mothers and babies are being separated, or supposedly people are drinking out of toilets, or No, don't assign me to that. Don't attack me that way. I want to help as well. You want to help. We all want to come up with great ideas, but instead you see AOC screaming and attacking. Let's figure it out. I mean, now they said the latest was that Trump is trying to make the immigration laws more strict, that he's trying to put down more laws, making it harder. Is that true?
There is no real solution on that right now. Is it harder? Yes. Yeah. I think he does want to make it harder. I think a wall, which is something he campaigned on, makes it harder. To get
legally.
Yeah,
I'm not illegally.
I understand that. I understand that. And we'll see how that meets out. I don't know what Trump is doing sometimes with stuff, because I think that, again, I've said this, I'm on record saying it, and you guys, you can blast me all you want, but I still believe that a lot of times, I love how many people try to defend Trump and they've never read his books, right? Like Art of the Deal or whatever. Read his books. You'll understand a lot more about how he does things. But Trump will create a problem, or at least say there's a problem, and then, quote unquote, solve that problem and say, look what I did.
Hero.
And that's a fact. Again, I've said it before. He'll push the lady down, help the lady up, and say, I helped the lady up. So pushed her down. But that's just kind of Trump. Trump loves to throw this stuff up here, and you're looking at this and dealing with this, and he's down here doing this. So it is, I don't know if it's 4D chess or the guy's just really that lucky. But, he's done some things. Some I agree with, some I don't. What he's going to do with this immigration thing, I don't know. This is a tricky process here. Because again, I've also said, while we're talking about security is important, but so is humanity. Humanity is important as well, which is to your point.
Yes.
I've been in all these countries. I've been there numerous times, and I posted a picture on Twitter. We were down in Nicaragua with some of the kids that we support. We were in their home, and they got dirt floors, and somebody comes on there and says, oh, yeah, sure, that's what you want them to have is those dirt floors. And I'm like, that is their home. They're proud of their home. That's all they've ever had. That's all they've ever known. And then one picture, the dad's out showing me his garden out back. He's very proud of that, And it's not your standard as an American because of a first world country we live in. But in their world, that second world nation with third world problems in some cases, they were very proud of what they had. They were showing it off. So we're very arrogant in that regard to how we look at the rest of the world. We're very condescending in that. So when AOC goes
Which
down
reminds
there,
you how blessed you are.
Exactly.
To be in this country.
Exactly. So when AOC goes down to the border, which, by the way, a lot of others went to the border too. I mean, do you really think that all these congressmen and women are going to go down and the Border Patrol is just going to become a bunch of slave drivers and pompous asses? No, they're going to, if anything, put their best foot forward. So I don't buy into it. And then, you got other conservative congresspeople and senators as well. Ted Cruz went down there. He didn't report that. What's the deal? Who's telling the truth? Somebody's lying. Somebody's lying. Me thinks I know who. But whatever.
We all agree we have a problem.
We got a problem.
We've got a problem. There's got to be ways, like you said, to streamline it and be smart with compassion. But how do you streamline it
when you have hundreds of thousands of people every month coming?
Well, that's a crisis.
That goes back to the very first thing that has to be done is secure the border. Fence, wall, people, whatever it takes to secure the border, and then create the process to legally immigrate them.
And again, you can't physically, because of the geography, you can't build a wall across the entire border because you just can't do it. There's physical problems with that. But I am for building a wall around Portland, Oregon. I'm all for that. I'll go up there and help lay the bricks.
Oh, gosh. Oh, Lord. Well,
it's a problem. And everybody feels strongly about it. And you're right. The compassion issue is there.
It is there.
It is what it is. So, hey, we're sitting here worrying about Nike, putting a flag on a shoe, and Colin Kaepernick says, nah. Put the Betsy Ross flag on there.
Yes.
That's first world problems.
Yeah.
They were an ugly shoe anyway.
They recalled it. They sent them all out to the distributors and then asked them to call back or send them back with no explanation.
Dumb.
It was the original 13 colonies flag, Betsy Ross flag.
Betsy Ross flag.
And he and Kaepernick said
Erase all history like it never happened.
that was during
Kaepernick
a,
says.
that's during a time of
He wouldn't
slavery.
stop with that.
What,
And-
Steve?
You could erase all the history, and he's still going to have a problem with something. He'll find something.
Well, again, it's like I've said over and over again. You take things like reparations. You're telling me, okay, let's say this next election cycle we institute reparations. You're going to tell me that everybody's going to be racially satisfied now? No, just come up with something else that I have a problem with. Mm-hmm. You telling me Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson are going to retire if we put reparations in? No, they just come up with something else. Because when you give somebody, if you can't give somebody enough, then you've already given them too much. Yeah, that's the bottom line. Because it's never going to be satisfied. 350,000 white people died to abolish slavery, but you're still going to blame white people? That's your issue? The majority of Fortune 100 companies, Fortune 300, Fortune 500 companies these days have a chief equality officer as a C-level executive to make sure that equality happens in these businesses. Who instituted that? Right now, you can come over to Mercury Studios. They've got the history. I mean, it's graphic.
It's a pop-up museum.
Yeah, it's
great.
It's incredible the work that's gone into this 12 score and 3 years museum that they've got popped up. If you don't know it, Glenn Beck has a lot of artifacts. He's got a lot of historical artifacts. Really incredible. But the specific thing is they built a slave ship over there, or a replica of a section of slave ship. They've got it's pretty graphic over there, but it talks about the fight for equality, and it's talking about the racial divide that this country's known. But there is a section in the museum over there that talks about presidents that were good for racial relations and presidents that were bad, and there's a description of why. It tells why. There are always going to be people on the wrong side of righteousness.
That's right.
Right? And there's going to be people who are going to fight for it. And this country has worked very hard to get to that point where all men are not only created equal, but treated equal. And I'll fight for you. Look, I've said this until I'm blue in the face. I got the most diverse group of people that work for me and with me. Then, I got Steve, who is a whole plethora of crazy. Allison's a Canadian. Mm-hmm. We got Candice, Queen of the Ethiopians, that we don't even know where she's from. You got Bougie Sean, who's Jamaican and Chinese. Mm-hmm. We got Metro Jason, who is Hispanic. Mm-hmm. My agent is Cubano and gay. Mm-hmm. My manager is Jewish. So come at me.
I grew up in the trailer.
You're from the other side of the tracks. I was saving that for last. You're a redneck. Yeah, you still write checks in pencil.
Is that bad? I press hard.
Your family tree, it can be erased, Natalie. That's the problem.
Whatever.
Your family tree's a brush pile too. I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Look, just love everybody that you can. It's amazing to me. I put out the tweet about there's no reason for hate.
Nope.
And how many people are defending their right to hate? You should read the tweets. It's amazing. Like they're coming up with biblical justifications on why they should be able to
hate thy neighbor.
I saw that.
Maybe
will
you
there be
should have just
conflict?
said
Yes,
be
there will be
kind.
conflict. But just like the Civil War, which was not civil, 700,000 plus died in that war between the states. And they worked hard after that Civil War was over with to reunify. Mm-hmm. Was it all done rightly and righteously and justly? No. But there were people who worked hard to unify the nation again. Because, again, we had to live together. Yes, we had a bloody battle, but we had to live together again. And that's the deal. Will there be conflict? Yeah, there'll be conflict. History's proven it over and over again. Mm-hmm. But here we are. If we don't get back to the rule of law, and I'm talking about the thug mentality in Portland or the border immigration issue, you can't just throw laws out and say arbitrarily, we don't like that anymore. We feel like it's inhumane. Well, if I get caught driving drunk, they're going to put me in jail, and I might feel like that's inhumane. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go to jail. I demand my rights. Mm-hmm. Well, I just forfeited my rights.
That's
I just gave up that privilege. You know? We got to go.
Wait.
Okay.
I just wanted to say, I wanted to add to that because I've told you this before. I think you're one of the most compassionate people I've ever met.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
And we all love Jesus.
Stay horned.
You know, Jesus and horned in the same breath. That's awesome. You know, for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Our leaders will fail. We fail. We all sin. But if we could just forget the right and the left and just come together with compassion and common sense and meet with open hearts, you know, and again, back to common sense, so much more could be done. It's just not happening anymore.
Nope.
But that's not fun. That's boring, Natalie.
It's not fun. No, it's much more fun to watch what happened in Portland. I mean, that's reality TV.
Yep. Well, that's what it comes down to.
Some people are not going to be satisfied until. So, look, we've had guerrilla warfare, we've had conventional warfare, we've had chemical warfare. There's been nuclear warfare. Now we're at ideological warfare. We're in an ideological civil war right now. It's being exacerbated by mainstream media and social media and all of these things, and it's eliminating our ability to come together in that regard. And look, I'm not telling you just roll over and take it.
No.
I'm not. Stand your ground. There's a reason you have your convictions. Keep your convictions. But let's discuss it. Let's have that talk without, calling everybody an a-hole. And again.
Chad, you just spew hate. You opened up with, I hate people.
I hate people. Yeah.
Except you love everyone.
Yeah, I don't. Angry white man, Mom. Angry white man. Party Foul Steve. Allison, the Canadian. Yesterday was Canada Day.
It was.
Oh, happy Canada Day.
1867, Canada. Took New Brunswick, Canada, and Nova Scotia and made it all one big pile of beta males.
Oui.
Stole that from the native Canadians?
I don't think that's quite how that went.
Bonjour, comment allez-vous?
Bonjour. Wrong side of the country for me.
Yeah,
Who had it?
yeah,
Who
it's
had
wrong
it
side.
first?
I will be in Calgary, Alberta, on the 28th of August.
Can't wait.
So get your tickets that went on sale yesterday, Canada Day.
My mom's already cleaned out the guest room.
Go to watchchad.com and find us. We're going to be in Macon, Georgia. No, we're going to be in Roswell, New Mexico on the 13th of this month. Going to be in
Portland.
Macon, Georgia. Macon, Georgia on the 20th. Athens, Georgia on the 21st. No, 19th. 19th in Macon. Athens on the 20th. And Lexington, Kentucky on the 21st. So I get it confused. Go to watchchad.com. It's got the details. You need to also go to blazetv.com/humor. Use promo code Chad. Sign up. Please sign up. What were we thinking? What was it? There was something you were just reminding me, Steve. Big shout out to my boys at Paul Thigpen Chevrolet and Ford. I won't say why, but if you're in the state of Georgia, head down to Vidalia and check out Paul Thigpen Chevrolet and Ford.
I think I'm going to go down there and check some stuff out.
Call my buddy Alan Ambrose down there, and he'll take care of you. And we are car poor at this point.
I heard.
Let me just say, we are car poor.
I'm about to go look out in that parking lot. I think you got something new.
Well, Steve's like a puppy found his new Peter because he's been driving my Mercedes around.
I inherited a car.
It's on my chest. I can find it.
Chest, right?
Stay on.
You said we've got to go. We've already lost everybody.
Nobody's watching us right now.
No.
We can say anything we
We'll
want.
get a few minutes and do
Like
some
what I
cool
want to
stuff.
start doing, Mark, is
Interesting
I want to
stuff.
just start talking about the real stuff because as soon as I go, hey, we got to get out of here, you can see the numbers start dropping off.
Right.
And I want to start talking about like some real stuff, like the last 10 minutes, like the bonus part of the episode. But I got nothing.
You did it.
We have some huge, exciting stuff coming up that we can't tell you about.
Oh, great.
I will be next Monday
What a
night.
tease.
All on the website.
Monday night, I will be in the
I love
Air
it.
Force Academy, speaking there with Folds of Honor. Looking forward.
In the Springs?
No, this is Monday. Next Monday.
In Colorado Springs?
Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs? The cool people call it the Springs.
Oh, I thought you said in the spring.
Sorry, in the Springs.
Yeah.
Cool.
Then our buddy Chad Robichaud and Dan Crenshaw, we're going to be together in Houston. That's going to be in November on the day that your husband and brother-in-law open.
So you're not going to be there?
No.
Cancel.
I'll
Bring
be in
them here.
Ireland.
I wish.
Yeah.
'Cause I got to speak in Spokane, Washington the night before, and then I got to go straight to Houston. So
Well, you're important.
I'll stand in. I'll wear a shirt with his face on it or something. You know, do what I can.
She's going to have stay horned
gosh.
right there.
with a picture of my mother.
Can your mom come? Can your mom come? Send your mom.
No.
Okay, don't
We'll
hold
work
back.
it out.
No.
Send your mama.
I love my mama. She's a nut. Y'all have to watch the new episode of Humor Me. Tad Papafopoulos has an exclusive interview with Barack Obama discussing this immigration issue.
Mm-hmm.
It's eye-opening. It's very revealing. That will come out tomorrow night. I love y'all. God bless you. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.